Realm versus realm is one of the best parts of the game. You either can't wait for it to start or you're dreading it. Realm versus realm is when the realms open up and you can port to another realm on your server. There are no loyalties there and no rules. Your own realm's rules no longer exist. Invaders will port in, hitting tiles and smaller citadels, so everyone needs to be on alert. Every power destroyed is a point. There are a couple of strategies to hive defense, which we'll cover off in another video. The biggest thing to remember is that if you're not holding your own against at least 2 levels of troop types above you, it's probably best that you bubble. Realm vs. Realm sees all types of players porting now, with Luna sometimes providing free ports in her gifts. However, more often than not, you're being invaded by the biggest players in the opposing realm. Realm vs. Realm is a server-wide event that each player can score points in. You score points for hitting monsters, destroying power, and holding the crystal. Monster hits score very little points in comparison to the other two, but if that's all you can do to contribute to your guild's score, it all helps. So how does the power destroyed points work? Say an invader ports in and hits you. For every point of power you destroy in their incoming march, you receive 1 point. For every point of power they destroy in your empire, they receive 5 points. This is reversed for you when you become the invader and are in the other realm. When you hear people talk about positive point exchange, what they mean is something similar to this. Usually at the end of Realm vs. Realm, Aegon and Biz run around freeing Criclaw heroes, both on home turf and the opposing realm. This usually involves them hitting some pretty hefty players where the points can be really close. However, as long as Aegon destroys 5 times more power on our own soil, it's worth him doing. He's not sacrificing points. Holding the crystal in the opposing realm can also be really beneficial. Earning 50,000 points per second is seriously appealing. What's not so appealing is that you can't teleport while your hero is inside the crystal. Here's a hot tip. If you are quick enough, and that takes a lot of practice and a lot of speed ups, you can pull your hero out, speed its march up, use an advanced teleport to go back home, and then port back to the enemy realm and put your hero back in. It's risky, but it keeps you in the game and avoids the possibility of you being kicked out of the crystal on defeat, facing a 3 or 4 day march home, all the while stuck and unable to port because of active marches. So how do you get over there? While Realm vs. Realm is on, you'll see a versus symbol to the left of your screen. This will show you who you're facing off against. Today we have Pagla. Click on the opposing realm's name and you'll be taken to their crystal. From here you can scroll around the map looking for the best place to port in. While I'm looking, let's have a quick chat about some defense strategies. If I see any, I'll point them out. Placing encampments around hives can be effective in slowing invaders down temporarily. They usually only have 1 troop in them. Any more in there is a point risk for the event, so they are easily cleared usually. But it will mean the invader is wasting a port by porting to the edge of your hive, clearing a camp, and then having to teleport again. It can be a deterrent to some players. Ghost rallies. We've uploaded a video on this earlier, so be sure to have a look at it if you haven't already seen it. One way to keep your hero safe, and possibly mercenary troops too if you won't be online, is to ghost rally them. And in a guild, you can also join each other's ghost rallies, meaning you're able to get more troops out of your empire. Purging. I hate purging. I think it's unnecessary and serves no purpose. It generally causes problems in the realm, with the smaller guilds and players being purged, turning against the ones doing it. Purging is when the weaker, smaller empires are cleared out of all troops by being burnt by their own realm. Realm vs. Realm is the one time you want your realm to work together. All the warring that's happened during the week is forgotten and moved on. That's why Criclaw wins. On our weekend, when we have Realm vs. Realm, we are one team. Hero babysitting. If you can hold on to your hero, you can march it at a bit. If you can't hold on to your hero, you can march it at a bigger player in your realm for safekeeping. I've also seen guilds kick their own members and attack them to get their heroes before the invader does. It's important to note here that when you are attacking an empire of your own realm, in your own realm, you are not losing any points. There are no points to be scored in the event for doing so. It's frowned upon. It's generally considered to be in poor taste, so a lot of people don't do it unless there are circumstances like I've just pointed out. Dismissing troops. Another one I don't like. Why? Because it's costly to retrain them. One standpoint some realms have is to ask all players to dismiss their troops. It's effectively a purge without the burning. But what happens for the small players that can't rebuild and don't have a heap of gold on hand? Like I said, it's effective, but I personally don't like it. Okay, so I found the place I want to port into. You click on the tile you want and hit teleport. Then you use a realm port to get there. These are different to advanced teleports. They're red and they will clearly state that they are a realm teleport. Once you have, you'll get a pop-up telling you how long you have in the opposing realm. If at any point you're unsure how much longer you have, you can check this by clicking on your boosts. Well, that's it for me now. Time to go and join the party. Make sure you try Realm vs. Realm out at some point. It's a whole lot of fun. Stay tuned for our Realm vs. Realm preparation videos and combat guides to help you out some more. Have fun, guys. We'll talk to you soon.